Oops, that's the wrong one. There we go. Go ahead.
Hey everyone, and welcome to the greatest randomly timed show in the universe. I'm OJ, and with me, in the flesh, right here, to my left, is the man that you've all been waiting for, John Rambo.
Yes, we're beaten up, we're battered, but we're not done. We're still here.
No. The best you can hope to do is delay us.
That's right, yeah.
We will not be stopped.
Yeah. I'm pretty tired, man.
Yeah, I know the feeling.
So, yes, we're going to talk about that. The powers that be tried to stop us. You know? They thought they could stop the show. But we're here. We made it.
Despite their best efforts.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, it was a good effort. So this is kind of a messed up show. It's what time is it, like 11 right now?
Oh gosh, 10:40?
10:40. Is it really 10:40?
Yes.
Alright, so it's going to be kind of a weird one. We're just going to kind of go for a little bit. Not like the usual thing we do.
Yeah.
We have to get good for work tomorrow.
Well, we'll do what we got time
and
for.
I haven't really slept much. It's been cold.
Yeah, but by the way, it may look funny, but if you see me do this, that's me trying to read the comments, okay?
Yeah.
So,
ironically, John, okay, about 1 year ago, was the last time, the first time we did the show together like this.
Yeah.
In your house.
Yeah.
And I moved in because there was a disaster that transpired.
Yes.
And I had to come here. And this was exactly 1 year ago to the day.
Yep. Except yeah.
Now imagine if we were sitting there and we're doing this last year, remember?
Yeah.
Someone said 1 year from now, I bet you millions of dollars that you'll be in the same exact position you were in. Would you have taken that bet?
You know,
because I probably would not have.
I would not have believed that this could have happened again, but
I would have said, you sir are an asshole, and there's no possible way that this could happen again.
well, people say that to me all the time.
No, not to you, the guy that's offering the money.
Oh, okay,
Not
yeah,
to you.
yeah, understood.
All right. So, it's just bizarre, man.
Yeah, I mean, just the combination of events that led to this situation being repeated are just ridiculous. I mean, the fact that we had another crazy messed up storm. Yeah. This one was much worse though. What do you next year, dude? How do you top this?
I don't even want to know. Should I just move now? Or what?
Everywhere you go, you always take the weather with you.
Quite frankly, I could have done without the whole situation.
Yeah, dude. I could have done without it too. I was in an awkward town for a bit as well. Yeah. Missing stuff I wanted to see.
Right. So we're doing the show in the same area, in the same room. It's late.
This is the cleanest shot of my entire house. Everything else is a disaster.
I've been without power all week. I drove here through a minefield of trees down and detours that lead you to nowhere.
Oh, closed roads too, right?
Detours that lead you to closed roads.
Yeah, I've been there.
And then just wires that you're just driving over wires. Just bloop, bloop.
So you basically feel like you're in a Mega Man level.
Just driving over wires.
You're in a Mega Man level, except there's no enemies.
And I got here, and you weren't even here yet, because you were in San Diego. You were trapped there.
Yeah.
And you just got back. We both got back. And people were saying you don't have to do the show. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
It's like, no, there must be a show. I don't care if no one watches it. There must be a show.
Yes.
So.
And here we are.
Yeah. So, I don't know where to begin.
There's just so much.
Yeah. I guess first we should say, we're complaining and we're sitting, this is so difficult and all that shit, but. We were actually very, very lucky compared to a lot of people.
Incredibly lucky.
People lost everything they had, their homes, their entire, not even their homes, like their entire neighborhood. Imagine that.
86 houses in Queens.
Like imagine not even just your home, but the entire area you grew up in, your entire life is gone.
I think the Ocean Breeze area in Queens, 86 homes were torched.
Yeah, there's all kinds of beautiful, formerly beautiful places.
The subways are underwater.
Long Island, all kinds of places.
Gosh, Long Island was destroyed.
They're completely gone, and
Atlantic City. Jersey was really hit hard.
Oh yeah.
Really hard.
Gone.
Yeah.
Jersey Shore's gone. The Jersey Shore, like people, because of the TV show and stuff.
Jersey Shore finally got cleaned up. No,
it's actually like a very beautiful place.
Yeah, I mean, and aren't most of those folks from like New York anyway?
Well, it's a show. I mean, it's not reality. Most shows are not,
Yeah,
like they seem to be.
Yeah.
For instance, the show we're doing, this is not reality.
Dude,
you have a mask on that completely comes off.
And you
underneath
honestly...
all this, there's a suit. There's a man that's completely clean shaven. He's got money. And look at that. No, so.
Well, first of all, also, now you notice that we got better at green screen technology. There's no way my house is this clean. This is a green screen, all right? You can go back like this far.
No, we could have done that.
That would have looked
This
better.
has green screen.
How great would it be if we went through all the effort of putting up a green screen just to put the actual wall up behind us?
Yeah, well, we basically ran to the house. You brought John with his suitcases. He comes in. I have the computer. We set the computer, and then it froze like 5 times. So
yeah, we're hoping it doesn't freeze again. Knock on wood.
Yeah.
We think that it's, for some reason, my hypothesis is that it doesn't boot when the HDMI cable is plugged in. So we unplugged the HDMI cable, plugged in a monitor cable, and hooked it up to my TV so we can see us, see you, see us.
Right.
But
so anyway, like to get back on track. We're very, very lucky compared to a lot of people out there.
Yeah, I mean, we're sitting here. We have electricity, internet, power. I mean, we are very fortunate. I mean, a lot of people, like you said, lost their homes or displaced.
People lost their lives. Many people lost their lives. So.
People in our hometown did. Actually.
I know that. Yes,
yeah.
I do know. So that was very, very scary, very, very terrible.
Again.
So for us, I think we go back to last week. I made a video which you didn't watch yet.
No, I've been away.
I kind of explained some stuff was going on. We'll kind of go through it again in a little bit, but it's basically like a week ago they said the storm is coming. The Franken storm is coming, and you're like, "What the Franken storm? Is that some kind of like?"
Franken storm. It sounds so funny.
It sounds so funny. Yeah, I mean, last week on the show we didn't even talk about this was coming.
No, we're just like
oblivious to it.
Yeah, one of the guys at work was just saying, "Yeah, it's gonna be all this air coming from the tropical region. It's gonna hit this cold front over the East Coast," and we're all just like, "We're gonna have a big storm. I don't care, whatever."
I have things to do.
Mm-hmm.
I have cable TV to watch, and I don't care what's going on.
Yeah.
So then, basically, like the beginning of the week on Monday, they shut everything down. Oh, you see that our pictures there? If you're watching the video version, yes, we have some awesome HoePunch cosplay going on.
Oh no, that's just us on a different couch.
That's me and you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That was last night. So last Monday they basically closed everything down, and we were having like a good time. It was kind of like what I said in my video. It was kind of like when you were a kid and they closed school for
yeah. You're just like, woo, what's gonna happen?
No, yeah, I mean, and there was like that sense of nervousness because you were hearing a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But everyone was home and like we were having fun. We were talking to people on the phone and we were streaming. We called you. We were pranking you on the phone.
Yeah, dude. I'm on the phone with. Oh, the ottoman's not closed all the way. I'm on the phone with my dad. He's telling me what's going on with my grandparents and my family. And I'm like, oh, hold on, Dad. I got a call coming in from some random number. I don't know. Maybe it's something important.
Yeah. And
then it's like, hey, John, guess what? What? We figured out how to call people on phones using Skype. I'm like, okay. You're live. I'm like, what?
We actually had a lot of people. We had a lot of people listening. We didn't even mean to even do a show type thing. We were just like, let's just do a stream. And also, a lot of people were in there because like everyone had the day off and stuff. And,
yeah.
And we were just having a good time. And suddenly, just the power goes out. And then it was like you knew it was coming.
Yeah. Like they went out during the stream, didn't it?
No, we stopped it.
Oh, you stopped it in time.
And then it was like 10 minutes later for me. And then you just sit there in the dark, and for the first time you start to feel the emotion of it. And,
yeah.
And the worst part about these things is the waiting game, and you know something is coming, and there's nothing you can do to stop this. There's nothing you could physically do because you know there's a problem coming.
Yeah.
If someone wants to kick your ass.
Yeah, and
you'll get a weapon. Or
you'll
just run away. There's something you could do.
Or you'll take the weapon and run away.
Right.
Cover your bases.
Or even in the sense of the story, if you knew this tree's gonna fall, you would go out and do something to the tree, or you knew this was gonna happen. So you sit there and you kind of go, is my house gonna flood? Is something gonna fall on my house? Am I gonna have power for for a long time? And it's just kind of like the anxiety of what's gonna happen.
You just don't know.
You know something will happen. That's the awful part of it.
It's like somebody's giving you a box. You don't know what's in the box. You just know it's not going to be pleasant.
I think the scariest thing is the unknown. Maybe, you know, 'cause people
Like-
say I'm afraid of I'm not afraid of like a physical thing. People, I'm afraid of snakes. Why are you afraid of a snake? Just don't go near snakes, and if you see one, you step on his face. And but I think the unknown is a scary thing because you don't know what it is.
I don't know. They are
Why
some
did
of
this
the
turn off?
they are some of the most fearsome enemies from the Kanto region.
Okay.
All
right.
I mean, well, actually, no, I don't think they're from Kanto. Anyway, but once you know what's going to happen, you can prepare for it. If you know there's going to be, say, a lightning storm, you know, okay, get indoors, stay away from trees, don't go in the hot tub. You have a basic idea. If you just know there's going to be some sort of weather event, you don't know how strong the winds are going to be, you don't know whether there's going to be rain or anything. I mean, what are you supposed to do? The best you can do is prepare for as many things as possible, and then see and pray that most of them were unnecessary.
Right. So then I'm sitting there, it's just pure blackness, pure darkness, and you're hearing just things coming down. This is how I act out. Things are coming down, and you're hearing just things fall, and we heard just a giant explosion type thing, and it kind of rocked the house.
Ooh.
So I go outside to see what the hell happened. You open the door. It's hard to open. You know, in the movies.
You don't think it's going to be like that. It's it's a door. You open this thing all the time. But today it's possessed by something else.
And you're just getting blown. And I couldn't even. It was hard to get oxygen.
Yeah. Because
the air's just hitting you, and you're there's winds going inside of you. I don't know. And I go outside, and this tree came down. The tree that has been on the property for the longest time ever since I've been there.
Yeah.
And a tree that you've seen every time you come home, and it fell, and it was next to the car. The car just got, the other car broke down.
Yeah.
And I had to get this car. I brought the car here. It was a big ordeal. I brought it here from San Francisco. It was a family member's car. I took possession of it. I had to go to the DMV and change the insurance and everything. And the tree almost hit the car. And then next to the other side of the tree is the mailbox, and it missed the mailbox. It fell between the car and the mailbox. Unbelievable.
I call that divine providence, sir.
Yeah. Quite frankly, if it hit the mailbox, that'd be kind of cool, because that's, that'd be some,
Well, better that than some kid with a baseball bat.
I'd rather hit the mailbox than the car.
Yeah.
And also,
definitely.
if it hit the mailbox, it'd be a cool picture to show, but whatever.
Through rain, through sleet, nor snow, nor hail, but maybe a tree all over the pail.
And then just kind of I'm going to go inside now, and you just kind of just go to sleep, and you're hope nothing falls on me.
Yeah, seriously.
And the next day, I got up really early and just go outside and check out the damage, man. Had the camera, and you start walking around, and trees that are completely uprooted. They don't just get cracked in half; they're just pulled out of the ground.
Speaking of big trees, you mentioned that tree had been there for as long as you lived in the neighborhood.
Yes.
When I was a little kid, there was another spot in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
There was a famous tree that I guess had been around since colonial times or something. Well, I mean, a lot of trees have, obviously. But it had some sort of significance, and either lightning or a big storm a few years ago destroyed it too. You never know.
Is that the one by the lake?
No, it's over by the dead end.
Okay. Really?
It might have died, before you knew it existed, but...
So, yeah, they just got completely pulled out of the ground.
I haven't seen much of the destruction.
Luckily for me, because every time something happens, anytime there's any kind of weather event, it seems like it really badly affects where I live. Usually, it will rain, I'll just get floods. I did not get any flood.
Really?
Yeah.
No big rain problems?
There was no flood. I don't know why. I don't know how this happened. I think there was just so much wind that the rain didn't get this land.
You mean it just went?
The rain just came down, and then it would just get blown, and then it just never actually hit the flood. So I didn't get any flood, which was awesome. And the power just always goes out. If it's hot, the power will go off over there. I don't know. But
it's problematic.
Yeah, just walking around and trees completely pulled out of the ground, power lines completely destroyed. This is what happened last year.
Yeah, pretty much.
All the same ones that they built last year.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, my parents, they went up to Boston.
Yeah,
it's forget that. No, we're gonna go see Grandma.
And it's freaking dangerous, man.
Yeah.
They put police tape, but I just walked over it. But then it's there's just wires everywhere. You're just what the, I got to a point where I got entangled into a spot where there was nowhere I could really go. It was my own fault, and I had to like go through, and I was like ducking through wires and stuff. And
ew, that sounds dangerous. Excuse me, but I'm glad you didn't get hurt.
well, it was for the I said JohnRamboPresents is the best in free and optional entertainment. It's also the best in hard hitting natural disaster coverage. So that's what I had to do.
Oh boy.
And I got a lot of that footage and crazy, man. You have to check it out.
Yeah,
So then, like the rest of the week. For first of all, I want to say like it's weird to be isolated because now we have like technology all over us. You know, there's like we all have like multiple devices.
Yeah.
We're like taking a crap and you have like you're on the internet.
Yeah, no, I don't do that. That's
what
gross.
Everyone else does.
It's gross. At the very least, Lysol your phone. Especially if you have a porous case on it, because that's super gross.
It's weird to be so isolated from things, and you don't even know what's going on out there.
Oh gosh, it's like going on vacation somewhere that doesn't have internet, and you're just like,
right.
What I see, what is around me, is all that is. You know.
I mean, I finally got my hands on something or some information. I went to Plane Trade in Danbury like the next day. This was on Tuesday night. And I was able to get the phone working. Let me plug my phone in and stuff.
Oh, nice.
And you get to see like what happened. Things like I never thought I'd ever see. Things I never wanted to see. New York City, a place, my favorite place in the world. A place I deeply have a love affair with. And there's water that is up to the steps of the subway.
Oh, through the platforms, man.
Through the platforms, and like when you go down to the subway, there's water up to that point, so it's completely just submerged.
Not good.
Just things like things we've never been seen before. It's never happened before.
I mean, well, just flying into New York, like, I had no sense of time because I didn't bring a clock. I only knew what time it was by my cell phone, which was off. So we've been flying for a while, and I opened the window and I see it's just black, complete and utter blackness below me, and I'm thinking,
what's that?
Are we still?
That's New York.
I'm like, are we still over the Midwest or something? You know, because there's big wide swaths of non-lit space, and then I'm like, wow, I wonder where we are. And then I hear, oh, this is the captain speaking. We are preparing for our final approach into JFK Airport. And I'm like,
yeah.
What? And then you see, like, in the distance, like, peering around some light. I'm like,
yeah.
You're kidding me. I mean, yeah, maybe I was just over the ocean, but I don't think they went all the way that way, off screen, and then back just to land.
They may have.
They might have,
just
but that far.
Just to freak you out. So, we'll talk about what you've been doing as well.
Oh.
But, so, like, last couple of days have pretty much sucked. So, it gets cold at night and stuff, and it's hard to sleep.
Yeah.
So, like, last night, I was freezing in the night, so I'm like, I'm going to go to the car, turn the heat on in the car.
And get carbon monoxide.
It's like, oh, no, it's outside.
You're outside.
Yeah. So, I just slept for, like, a little bit in the car, and then I'm just, like, driving around. I go to the mall. And I'm trying to, like, shave in the mall. I'm trying to find random outlets to plug things in. And
wait, whoa, that sounds like you can't do that in public. Go on, please.
And, like, security is chasing me, and I have to keep finding different places to, like, plug things in. Like, and then it turns out I found out that they have, like, a certain time which they'll let people, they'll have, like, a station.
Oh, seriously?
It's only, like, certain times a day for some reason. So, I'm doing that. I'm sleeping in cars. I'm, just going random places, trying to plug things in, and haven't been able to shower. Do I stink?
I can't tell.
I haven't showered since like Sunday. So then it kind of hit me like, and I'm like,
and I'm what?
It kind of hit me like today, and I'm like, I'm a hobo.
And I let you into my house. Ugh.
I've just shown up here, so like it hit me today. I'm like, I've become a hobo. This is what a hobo's life is. This is what it's become.
Oh my god!
But I have to say, like, I got so many like really supportive things from people.
Yeah.
A lot of friends and family and stuff were like saying we can help you in different ways, and all you guys were great. Like a lot tweeting, and every time I the phone would be off for like hours at a time.
Yeah.
And then I'd be able to turn it on, and there'd be like 20 tweets.
Like walls of tweets. Yeah. I mean, I got a bunch too. Yeah.
What's going on? And, all well wishes and stuff, and that's cool, man. It makes you feel like. It makes you feel loved, and everyone's trying to. Or maybe people just feel like maybe people think I can't take care of myself. That's what I thought.
Come on, you're completely capable. I just won't look you in the eyes when I say it.
That's what I was thinking. Like when people were calling me, like, "Are you gonna be okay for this?" Like, I'm like, do people think I can't take care of myself? that I'm gonna be able to do it. They have to like make sure I'm okay.
I don't know. I mean, it did take you 15 minutes to figure out how to put that shirt on today.
That is true. Yes. That's
Not that I was watching.
It's a terrible shirt, but but one of the things I did, a friend of mine let me go to his corporate building.
Yeah.
And that's where I was able to cut my footage up.
Nice.
I was in there all day, and there's like a whole corporate. You're probably part of this. Let's move the mouse. Okay. You're probably part of this though. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I didn't even know this was like a whole corporate lifestyle. I thought it was really great. I feel like I could fit right in with this. Like, it's a big facility.
Yeah.
There's a cafeteria.
Yes.
With all kinds of food.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
There's like stores in there. There's massage places.
We don't have stores or massage places.
Okay.
In my building.
There's like magazine shops.
Really?
Newspaper stands.
I've seen this in the city where my dad works. Yeah.
It's tremendous, dude. There's a place for massages. There's places where you can just go and sit and watch TV.
There's a haircutting place in the bottom of his old building.
Oh yeah, I think he probably has that.
I actually used that once. I think that was.
So
is that my last haircut? Oh gosh. Anyway, go on.
So I'm in their building dressed like this. I was walking around. People
just
like,
tell them you're a software engineer.
People were like, what the hell
Dude, you're
guy?
dressed better than some people I've seen.
But I'm at one of the and I brought my computer there and I just stuck it in the corner and I was cutting my footage up and it was cool though just to like be in that kind of like a real professional environment. And I used to work in an office, was never like in that type of
that's different.
operation.
It's different.
But I actually got a lot done that day because I was like, this is professional.
Mm.
You know, I'm a pro here with these other professionals. I will do my work. You know, and I got to bang out the video and stuff.
I'm a pro doing pro things with my pro friends. Whoa, can't talk.
So it was kind of like I wasn't really supposed to be in the building. You know, it was kind of like a it's like a very high security type of place. But what I want to do is I have a badge that they gave me that I'm gonna try to go get. And I'm gonna show everyone. So
are you sure they'll be able to figure out what building it is, dude?
That doesn't matter.
Are you sure?
I don't work there. Just see what you have to say, and then I'll be right back.
About what? Now, I'm not sure that what John's about to do is a good idea. I think this could be risky, but hey, it's his decision. I won't stop him.
I can cover the certain parts of it.
Yeah, you just don't want people to know where you are. Okay.
What happened?
Someone wanted me to get my Irish whistle again, but that's in the other room. I don't feel like moving.
So this is the badge that I got, so I could move around this building. You know, like to get into every room, basically every floor, to use the elevator, do everything.
Yeah.
You have to have this badge, so they know security knows who's in what built area and what's going on. So this was me. Hopefully this comes through.
I'd lower your thumb.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kevin Kurtz, and I would walk through and I go hi, and then I'd show this. And they would just be like, that's fine. I look nothing like this guy.
Hi, I'm Kevin.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks just like him.
Looks just like him.
They're twins, but more in the Arnold Schwarzenegger, Danny DeVito
That was a good-looking
way.
guy. That's like if that guy was in like a terrible wreck. He'd come out looking like me. So maybe
Aw, dude, don't be so hard on yourself. That's what everyone else's job is.
the guy was hit in the face with a bat and then grew a beard. Maybe that's what they thought. But so anyway, long story short, today I basically said, OJ, are you coming home? He said yes, and I said okay, I'm coming over, and we're trying to do the show if we can, and I'm staying over for at least tonight. I don't know.
Like,
Oh yeah. So what's going on with you? You were to San Diego.
yeah,
This was on what?
Friday,
Friday you went to San Diego. You're supposed to come back on Sunday.
Monday.
You're supposed to come back on Monday.
Supposed to arrive back on Monday at 2:57 p.m.
And you tend to like go off into OJ world. And what OJ world is to me, like you sometimes like forget the rest of the world exists. And you and you go to
Oh, it's got my dress on.
and you go to OJ land and you're just
You saw
like
nothing.
oblivious to everything and you're it's like and you're like there's a storm coming, like what, Dungeons and Dragons, what? And then you just forget things and I don't know. So you basically couldn't come home. So why don't you kind of talk about what happened?
About coming home or
about
trying.
what?
All right, so now I don't know who remembered where I said I was going last week, but I went to San Diego to visit some friends and family, and I'd heard that there might be a little weather system going on, so I prepared. I brought my work laptop and some devices so I could connect to work and work if I got stuck.
Right.
And so after a whirlwind tour of several bars, one brewery, Ocean Beach, San Diego, the Dog Beach, and some other...
The Dog Beach?
The Dog Beach.
Do you have a dog?
No, but we were able to see surrogate dogs.
Can you rent a dog?
I don't
see
think...
dogs?
Dude, the dogs are just running around crazy leashless, man.
You can't rent a dog for the day? Just to walk?
That would be great. You could make money. I know there's places where you can rent cats. Like, you pay them. Yeah, we saw them.
Yeah,
you pay them to pet cats.
Yeah, but I think that's some kind of weird, like, sex thing. Anyway, just continue the story. Just continue. Go ahead.
And, we tried out some restaurants, some nice stuff in San Diego. It was a good time. And so we reached Sunday night. Didn't do much because, we knew we had to get up early for the airplane tomorrow.
Yeah.
The next day. We watched Army of Darkness on a big projector screen in a friend's apartment, which is pretty effing sweet, by the way. Shop smart. Shop S-smart. And throughout the course of the day, I received countless text messages on my phone.
From who?
Delta.
Yes.
My flight home. So here's what happened. So we hit Sunday, and I'm freaking out because I got all this stuff planned. I'm supposed to go to a show on Tuesday, and I'm supposed to go back to work. I'm supposed to go get home to New York Monday, work Tuesday, then go back into the city for a show on Tuesday, and then work again Wednesday.
Yes.
And Sunday comes along. I wake up because my phone rings. Like, oh, F this sauce. And it's Delta saying, "We're sorry, your flight has been canceled. Please blah, 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 blah." What? So I go onto Delta's website, start hitting it, and the things, I'm like, okay, pick the next flight. And the first flight it shows me, I'm just like, go. Okay, this is for Monday later on. Gotcha.
So what happens if, because you obviously had a place to stay and stuff, what happens if you don't? You just go to the airport? That's what people do, right?
A lot of people stayed at the airport. I met a couple who were coming back from
was there for days.
The UK, who were stranded there for several days, and it's pretty expensive there, as I'm sure many of you know. And they just got stuck there. I mean, it's great. Oh, it's great. You get to spend more time, but think about it. You don't know whether you're flying back the next day until maybe within 12 to 18 hours of your flight.
Yeah.
Because what I ended up doing was scheduling another flight for Monday. Like, okay, I can deal with this. And then but the website's being hammered,
Yeah.
So I keep clicking the first flight and it doesn't work. So I'm like, okay, that's not working. This is a layover flight that leaves Monday and would get me there on Tuesday pretty late. So I click next day's flights. I pick a flight, and it leaves on Tuesday and gets me there earlier than the Monday flight. And it's nonstop. I'm like, and it works the first try. I'm like, why would this not be their choice for me?
So this is supposed to be Tuesday.
Yeah, it's supposed to fly back Tuesday now.
Okay.
At 6 a.m. Nope. They cancel it, and then they say, okay, you're going to fly out at 8 a.m.
Why would they think that you could do that? Because they knew that they couldn't do stuff on Monday.
Yeah.
So they're like, by Tuesday we'll just,
If I'd been smart, I would have said, okay, I'm probably going to be stuck here another day.
Yeah.
And said, fly me back later flight on Tuesday or an earlier flight on Wednesday.
Yeah, but you had me calling. We're going to do the show.
I'm just like, we got to get back. We got to get back. So I schedule a flight for 8 p.m. on Tuesday, and they're just like, no, forget it, ha ha ha. And I schedule finally my third or fourth flight that I've had to schedule. I mean, they're calling me on my cell phone like every few hours. I call the operator there, and they say, we'll call you back in 5 to 8 hours.
Yeah.
You will keep your place in line. You can hang up, and we'll call you back in 5 to 8 hours, which I think is great, and it worked great every time. And the people I spoke with on the phone, dude, if there's one thing I like to do, it's that they must be going through so much garbage, They're dealing with angry people shouting about all this garbage. So when they get on the phone with me, I'm joking around with them, blah, 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 blah. I'm not being slow. We're getting the business done. At the end of it, I'm like, hey, thank you all for your help, and good luck dealing with the rest of the crazy people out there. And, they really seem to appreciate that sort of thing. So if you guys get stuck dealing with people on the phone, it's very frustrating, but if you do that, maybe good stuff will happen. I mean, I don't know if this is related, John.
Yeah.
But after the third or fourth time I'd had to call in and change my flight, they booked me on the next available flight automatically.
Wow.
which
you
was
were saying you were sweet talking these people.
Yeah, and you know what my next flight was?
You know what?
You
said you know who I am? They said, who are you? So I'm OJ. I was in Project 7. That was the greatest piece of filmmaking ever made. And they go, okay, you're right in.
So here's what happened on my next my next flight they booked me.
Yeah.
There was going to be a 2.5-hour layover in Atlanta, Georgia. But my flight was the most recently released X-Men movie. That's right. It was first class.
You flew the first class.
They flew me first class from San Diego to Atlanta.
What exactly does the first class flight have?
Oh gosh, one thing. The first flight they tried to get me on, get this. It was fly from San Diego to LA, 45-minute flight, 3-hour layover.
Yeah.
Fly to Georgia, 8-hour layover. Fly to New York. That flight was just super canceled. I told them, F that, I don't want to be on that flight. Then, the next flight was the first class. Okay, is it worth $1,000 to $1,500? F no. But, was it so much nicer? Yes. Okay, so I've got, I'm not a small guy. I got like legs and knees that stick out. Oh yeah, you like that?
You have legs and knees that stick out.
Yeah. Not to mention elbows. I'm like sitting on the plane like, argh. But I take up space.
Very violent.
Yeah. There is so much space in first class. It is ridiculous. Now, first of all, they will sell you food if you're in, coach, which I just almost called steerage, which is basically what it is by comparison. They will sell you food. They'll give you a free beverage. First class, you get there. There's 2 water bottles. One for the guy sitting next to you, one for you. Right there. Bam. Right off the bat, you don't have to do anything. My flight back from Atlanta, before the plane takes off, like, would you like anything to drink, sir? I'm like, what do you mean? Well, we have soft drinks, juice, wine, beer, and cocktails.
So you got the beer?
Just like, no, I got a glass of wine.
That was good.
Yeah, nice glass of white wine, because I figured,
drink.
We're going to take off.
I'm better than you.
This is going to spill. Yeah, well, I'm not going to fight you about that. Okay. Not only, do they bring you pretty good food, on the way into the flight, it was Halloween. The flight attendants were dressed up for Halloween.
Are you serious?
The person ushering me onto the plane was dressed like the devil. The devil ushered me onto a plane.
That shouldn't be allowed.
Just like...
Is it like a stewardess, like a costume? Was that... That's kind of weird.
Back in the day.
Because you're someone that people dress up as for Halloween, but you're also dressing up for Halloween as something that you're not.
It's so meta.
Yeah, it's kind of... Yeah, that's...
Dressception?
Yes.
Okay.
Was there a sexy stewardess on our show last week?
I don't remember, but honestly, didn't stewardesses used to be super sexy anyway in people's minds? It was a real dude. That was the job for if you want to. There was a lot of status with that job.
If you want to what?
I don't fly around a lot.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, so the devil's go this way, okay, but yeah, so seriously, first class. My gosh, the food was pretty good too. I mean, dude, they try to fatten you up on these things, man. Now everyone says airplane food is bad, but now that you have to pay for it, it's gotten better. But you don't get it unless you pay a lot.
What was it better? Is it different food?
Yeah. So on the way there, it was early in the morning, right? It was an 8 a.m. flight. So would you like cereal or fruit? I'm like, I guess fruit. They're like, oh no, that comes with it. Do you want an omelet? Or I'm like, just cereal, I guess. And they bring out this tray with Raisin Bran, thing of milk, thing of fruit, thing of butter, and jam, and a raspberry yogurt. And I'm just like, there's so much food.
You're like, I want a bowl right now. You combine all of them.
Oh gosh,
I just threw it on the floor.
Oh, and of course, everyone, metal silverware. That's right, I had a metal knife on an airplane. Don't worry, guys. If you're rich, you can have one. Anyway, that was a joke. That was a joke, friends. That was a joke.
What is happening here?
I was joking.
Why are you getting so close? What are you doing?
Anyway,
what the hell is this turning into?
Madness, sir.
Yes.
You said I could speak. Your first mistake.
Go ahead. With this.
So, and then I was wondering why there was bread. I mean, why there was, jam and margarine and whatnot, but no bread. And they come over with a bag of like 4 different things of bread in a basket.
Yeah.
Would you like some bread, sir? I'm like, you just gave me more food than I've had like in the past 3 days on one plate. Then the next flight, they had dinner service.
Yeah.
I had to use the restroom, which, by the way, happens almost every time I get on flight. Like, seriously. And of course, the second you go in the restroom, turbulence hits.
Did you fall down?
Well, I was already sitting.
My God.
If I read a memoir, do not steal this. It will be called Pooping on Airplanes. Anyway, so I step out of the lavatory, and they're like, "Oh, would you like a sandwich?" I'm like, food?
As soon as you step out?
Yeah, as soon as I step out.
Like you open the door.
Yes, I open the door and step out, and they're right there. Like, would you like a sandwich? They're not staring at me, but that's where the food.
You walk
comes
out
from.
of the bathroom, guns blazing. And they go, would you like to refill?
Oh yeah, guns blazing.
Would
whatever.
you like to refill that area that you just completely drained out?
Yes. Okay. And they're like, I'm like, oh really? Sandwich? What sort of options do I have? Your options are sandwich. Like, okay, that sounds good. So they just bring me this giant square piece of bread, like with oats on top, like nicer bread than I usually see, with roast beef, cooked onions, another fruit thing, a brownie from Dancing Deer Baking Company. These are not cheap brownies, all right? I've had them. They're really good. And like a shortbread cookie.
Yes.
And then they come around again with a tray of cookies and candy for Halloween, saying, "Would you like some cookie or some candy or a cookie?" And then come around again with chips, a bag of chips. "And would you like anything to drink, sir?" I'm like, "I already had that white wine. I gotta drive in a few hours. I'm okay, thanks." And I was I was dying. So friends, if you ever get a chance to fly first class, I highly recommend you do, although it costs way too much money. If you can get it comped, do it.
Well, John, I'm glad you enjoyed yourself flying first class. Stuffing your face with food, while below you there was just chaos and turmoil for me and the rest of the plebeians and proles.
Well, it was pretty bad.
And you looked down upon us.
I don't look down upon you. I mean, just because I was in San Diego in the sun in like 75-degree weather, getting sunburned, walking down the beach, going to explore some cliffs, and nearly stepping on a crab, does not mean that I'm looking down upon you in any way.
Yeah, we'll see about that. So, anyway, you got back yesterday and you got home late. So you stayed in Brooklyn.
Yeah, I didn't... I was pretty dang exhausted, and my GPS's battery was almost dead.
Yeah.
So I figured rather than try my luck that way, take the 28-minute drive to get to Brooklyn and just sleep and not have to worry about it till today.
And you got home like an hour ago, and we started doing this.
Yeah, well, get this. Okay. So JFK, normally I park in the long-term parking, and there's an air train that takes you straight from the long-term parking through all the terminals and around again. You know what isn't working right now?
Everything?
Trains, yes. So I get there, and I'm like, first of all, I have to walk forever to reach the, ground transportation area.
Yeah.
And then I see the train shut down. I'm like, well, now what? And I ask the guy who's in charge of the taxis, and he says, go over there, there'll be a bus. I go over there, there's a bus, and it says like blah, blah, blah on it, Federal Circle. I'm like, does this go to long-term parking? No. Next bus. Long-term parking? No. Next bus. It says parking on it. I don't think it says MPLY parking. I'm like, what? Does this go to long-term parking? The guy's like, yeah, sure, whatever. I get on there. I got on the employee parking bus. So I'm surrounded by like all the employees of the airport.
Is what happened?
Yeah.
Where does it?
It goes to like half.
How do they even let you on it?
It's free. They just let me on it. I mean, with a couple other people, yeah.
It looks like you work here. You're a pilot, right? Yeah. What else going on?
Oh gosh, before our flight from Atlanta took off, like a pilot came over and plugs his cell phone into the charging station. I'm like, that's not a good sign. So I'm in the employee parking thing, and we're driving around for maybe 15, 20 minutes. And I see the sign for long-term parking.
Yeah.
And I see it, and the guy just keeps going. Like, well, okay, he's got more stops. He doesn't stop anywhere else, though. He just keeps going. And then eventually we reach a spot where the road turns left and right. He starts going right, and there's 3 lanes on the right, 2 lanes on the left, and there's a little divider. 3 lanes on the right are completely backed up. I'm like, wow, is there a red light or something? They're not moving. The bus is in the leftmost one of them. Nobody's moving. We look over. There's a gas station, $3.98 a gallon, and every single car on all 3 lanes is waiting for gasoline.
Wow.
All of them.
Yeah, there's some issues with gas.
They had to turn them off in a lot of areas because of explosions.
Well, I think what's happening. Yeah, I think in some areas there's basically no gas there, and then people are coming up further north to get it, and then people there can't get it because those people are coming. It's a lot of
bad,
issues.
man. It's
I
bad.
don't even know.
The infrastructure is just completely
I
shot.
don't know when things are gonna be back together. I'm not supposed to get power till like next week.
Yeah, that's why my parents are in Boston.
Yeah. I'm still stuck there, and I don't know. I just hope everyone can get back on track and move beyond this stuff. I don't.
Yeah, I'd like things to go back to normal.
Things are getting crazy with these storms every year, man. It's, is there perhaps an issue with
the climate,
the warming of the earth, and
the
destruction of it?
I haven't seen any evidence of anything either way. I mean, I don't know.
Yes. So, one other thing I didn't mention in my video, there's a tree that fell right on the tree that fell between the car and the mailbox was in the driveway. So what happened was the town came and they chopped off like part of the tree that was in the street. But then they're like, all right, we'll just leave the rest for like some of it was kind of like tilted. So they're like, if it's in the street, we'll take care of it and we'll remove it, but the rest of it you can deal with that shit. So now there's like half a tree in a stump sticking out that are there.
So, do you have a fireplace?
No.
Oh man.
You want some wood there?
I don't have a fireplace here. My parents have one, but I don't think they've cleaned it out in years.
You can come and drag it away. You can have it.
Dude, here's what you do. You tell people you're hosting a tractor pull contest.
Yeah.
You have them hitch their tractors to the tree and just pull it. I don't know.
I'm able to get the car out of the driveway and stuff now, which is good. But it's kind of odd because they didn't like really. There's areas that are like the power lines like coming down, and every day it's like falling more and more. But they still just let you drive underneath. Like, go ahead, that's fine.
Oh gosh, well it's dangerous, man. You're gonna die.
Yeah, but they don't. They're just like, go ahead. But, I don't.
It's ridiculous.
It's kind of odd. So, I think it's gonna be a while because I think they're gonna work their way up and from like the really bad areas and then work their way towards.
Yeah, I mean, driving back from New York tonight.
Yes.
I looked over him. I'm getting on a bridge. I looked to the right, power. I looked to the left. There's like one tall building with power, and everything else is just dark.
Yeah.
Just dark.
Yeah.
Oh, get this. Okay, so I'm at my sister's place, and I forgot what night. Maybe Saturday or Friday or Sunday for Monday, maybe whatever. I can't remember these things. I can't be bothered to remember. And we're watching TV, and Letterman's coming on.
Oh boy.
Letterman did a show to no audience. There's nobody in the seats, nothing. I mean, he's just going back and forth with the band leader guy.
Wow.
It felt really awkward, but
Schaefer.
kind of cool. Like that was nuts.
Yeah.
He's like, oh well, this would have been a great opening joke, but there's no one here to hear it, and he just tosses it. He said it first, but everything just seemed so awkward.
This is kind of awkward. What do you think about this? This is kind of like a Wayne's World setup.
Freaking out.
Do people like this better? Maybe. That's kind of cool. Yeah? I mean, it's kind of an interesting thing.
Yeah,
it's better than just a face, because that's usually what you get. It's just like.
Oh yeah, but now, because you got we're here.
I actually really like this. This is kind of interesting.
Well, and you can kind of do the slight delay, like the emotion. No, that looks so cool. On a related note, I don't have any pictures ready for you now because I've been home for maybe 15 to 20 minutes longer than the show's actually been on so far. But I brought my old Mario costume with me to San Diego, preparing myself for good old Halloween. And while walking through Ocean Beach, San Diego, a couple of guys went, Hey Mario, you want to smoke a bowl? And I'm like, don't worry, I've got plenty of mushrooms, but thank you. And then going down the street, like we turn a corner, and the chat room's gone. You gotta shrink to the side. But and they go, some guy goes, Hey Mario, you got any mushrooms for me? I'm like, oh no, you don't want to trust them. They're poisonous. Or something like that. Like, I just kept getting hit up. People were like asking if I wanted drugs because I was dressed as Mario. I mean,
You think that's the reason?
what would the other reason be?
I don't know. All right, so I think we're gonna do some comments and then we're gonna wrap it up because I think we're pretty beat up.
All right. I did want to give a shout out to somebody, but I can wait till the show next week.
Okay.
Just a company that kicks effing butt.
Did you have a lot of people with no notice?
Yeah.
No idea if there was going to be a show or what time it was going to start. With
I'm really
pretty close to what we usually get actually in the chat. So
well.
What I want to do is we'll do comments and then we'll probably close it down. We'll do comments. We'll have final statements, and then we'll shut the.
Let me do my shout out first, though, huh?
Do whatever.
There's a company that I want to say thank you to.
You can do what you want. All
right. So comments then.
Are you gonna do the shout out now?
No, comments first, right?
Just do the shout out.
All right.
You're gonna forget, and you're gonna.
And then I'll whine about it until next week.
I'm sleeping. You're gonna wake me up.
Okay.
Okay. Go.
So, as some of you know, I am a huge fan of Team Fortress 2. And I really, really like the game. And I saw a while back that they were making some Team Fortress 2 statues. And I thought this was sweet. So I've been ordering them. And to my extreme sadness, when I received my soldier, the bazooka was snapped in 2 pieces. And I was heartbroken. I sent an email to the company saying, hey, my bazooka is destroyed. My bazooka is broken. I mean, it was broken when I took it out of the packaging. And I was really sad, and they said, okay, let's see what we can do. No response for a couple weeks, and they said, okay, we are going to work on getting you a replacement bazooka. So I'm like, sweet, that's really awesome. 2 to 3 months pass, I don't hear from them. And they say, hey, they finally say, hey, can you give me your shipping address so we can send you your bazooka? And they only ever said bazooka.
Yeah.
So I come into work, and I look at my desk, and sitting there on my desk, they sent me another statue. They sent me a whole other statue.
Are you supposed to send that one back?
No, they never said to do it. They just sent me another statue.
Here's another one.
Yeah.
Wow.
Whole other statue.
What about the sniper?
The sniper, he's not out yet.
When's he coming?
I have no idea. The next one's the medic.
Okay.
I don't know who's up next. They sent me a whole other statue. I'm not going to unpack the guy here. I was thinking, okay, maybe they just put it in the box, to keep the bazooka safe. But no, my mind is blown. These guys are awesome. And if you're curious, here's what the alternate bazooka looks like, the direct hit. So, thank you, gaming heads, for repairing my bazooka. Despite not having any idea whatsoever who I am. Not that I'm important, but it's not like they
don't know who I am. I'm Hollywood OJ.
Yeah,
That's
man.
who I am.
Who gave me that nickname? I saw it popping up in Twitter every now and then. Yeah, and all y'all on Twitter, thank you guys for the kind messages. Really appreciate that. So, speaking of messages.
A lot of good messages.
Yeah. Oh, I got one message, I think, from, was it Mooney? It's like,
yeah.
Did you get a smartphone? You've been tweeting more than you've ever tweeted before.
Yeah, what's up with that?
Well, I'm at my sister's place, and there's just not much else to do. When like before I go to bed, just fire up the laptop for a second, check my work email, make sure nothing's catching on fire.
Yeah.
And then just shoot out some tweets.
So what are we doing tonight?
The same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world.
I'm pretty beat up.
Yeah, so.
It's like. I don't know.
Maybe clean this house.
It's been one of the more hectic weeks I've had ever.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I'm glad to be back in my own home. I mean, I loved hanging out, but I am really glad to be back in my own home.
Yeah.
So.
I wish you were here earlier. Just came here in the first place.
So.
You know what's cool though? I actually brought. I got WB13, and I haven't been able to play it, obviously. So now I'm here, and I can play maybe tonight. I can play a little bit.
Whatever you want to do, man.
I'm excited about this.
Yeah. So, John Rambo's review of WWE13 coming soon.
Yeah, but I don't really give really good reviews.
You're honest,
Resident
man.
Evil, remember that?
Oh, by the way.
Yeah.
One thing. I know you guys probably are used to seeing me clean shaven. You can't bring razors on the plane, and I didn't want to buy a $15 razor and then throw it out.
You can put it in. Wait, you didn't check a bag?
No, I didn't check a bag. You fucking kidding me?
All right.
And so,
This guy's out of control.
neck beard, so horrible. My face, it's melting.
Yeah, was it last year I played Sonic Generations the whole time?
Yeah, you played. You beat the game and then almost got unlocked everything.
You would like go to work and I'd just be. You come home and you'd be like, I'd be sitting here. And you'd be like, I beat half the game today. And you'd be like,
Can I try?
no.
You let me play a few levels though.
All right, so let's do comments,
comments,
and then
all
if
right.
we find it, maybe we'll keep going if we have something to talk about. I don't know.
Let's give us something to.
It's usually like we do the show. Like I go through the news things and pick out
Oh, I got stuff to talk
articles.
about. I got plenty of stuff.
Okay, well let's do
All
the
right.
comments. We'll see how we do it.
All right.
I couldn't really. I did this when I was at the office building when I was that other guy,
Yeah.
and I pulled like a few. And I didn't really.
So you basically pulled the comments that you thought that Kurtz would have pulled.
I basically looked at a page of comments and just grabbed a few. So
Okay.
let's stop talking about the comments and let's do the actual.
Okay. All right, folks. Our first comment comes from Austin Davenport. John, I am new to your videos, and I have got to say, hilarious. All capitals. Keep it up. Do you plan to do many more series and projects in the future?
Yes.
I'll help.
Yeah, that's awesome. Actually, a few people. I don't know why. Over the last week, a lot of people have been like, "Oh, I'm watching your stuff for the first time," which is really cool. Maybe because we actually have a couple of good things now. People are trying to, they kind of find them somehow.
Yeah.
But that's really great. Welcome to Rambosia. Help yourself to anything in the fridge is yours. Go ahead, make yourself a sandwich. Yeah, we got a lot of things planned. Because we're gonna keep going with the videos. And
Yes.
things. So, I actually made an update kind of video last week,
Yeah.
and every time I do these things, I always forget like 500 things to talk about. But one of the things I brought up was the Christmas special we're gonna do, which actually isn't even completely planned out. But
Yeah,
I'm like slowly plotting it.
We've got some ideas.
Yeah. And then trust me, HoePunch will be in. Probably like early 2013. We'll have a couple episodes, probably in a short amount of space between each other, which is awesome. And a lot of things. I want to get out there and do a lot more live performing.
That's a lot of fun.
Like open mic type.
Yeah,
situations, and probably load the camera.
Wait, you did that?
Well, the other guy did it, but
You got the credit. It's all good.
Yeah, exactly. I get the credit for his as well.
Just like me. I kid. I get more credit for him doing well than the other way around.
But we're having a great time doing this stuff, and there'll be more of it.
If you could see what's cooking in here, you'd be like, whoa.
Another thing I wanted to mention earlier in the show, but anyone that got a StayBallsy shirt over the last week, I was able to ship those today.
Yeah, so I've got to mark them as shipped. They have been shipped. Completely on my bad, folks. That's on me. I didn't do it earlier.
Well, I couldn't ship them because the post office was not open. but this morning I went out. I woke up really early, because I was sleeping in the car with the heat on, and then I woke up at 7, and then I went to the post office because I had all the stuff in the car, and I was able to ship them this morning. So
Oh, okay,
that
nice.
stuff's coming out, and we should have the Schnoz-man shirts by
Tomorrow?
We'll probably have them for sale Monday, maybe Sunday.
Yeah, but we'll have them in my greedy little paws tomorrow.
Yeah, so those will be up on Monday, and that stuff really, if you guys get a shirt, that really helps us out. It's a total grassroots operation. Like when you get a shirt, it doesn't come from some third party. Like I physically take it and put it in the envelope, write your name on it, and I physically go to the post office and mail it to you, and all that stuff. And I don't think we'll ever do like Kickstarter or any of that type of stuff. I don't kind of believe in the philosophy of that. I'm not faulting anyone that does do it, but I feel like you get something in return for helping us in a way. So I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. I'm pretty tired.
Don't worry about it.
Shirts are available at geekfiregifts.com/shop.
Yeah.
And all that stuff. So.
And if anybody knows a really good free shopping cart software that does Google checkout and will subtract quantities and do multiple types of variants for the single item, I'd love to know.
Yeah, but our shopping cart stuff's good.
It works. Yeah, I just have to manually decrease quantities.
Yeah, that's okay.
That's okay.
We don't sell a lot at once anyway, so.
I'm thinking of the future.
You gotta think about some good content to put out. You can't,
You're right.
just keep going.
All right. Oh, dear Bob. Okay, our next comment comes from a fellow that is very impressive, and I'm good. All right. And has some very nice writing style. The Ramborgian Doorman. What the frill, OJ, bro? Why you no be super smexy, awesome possum and let your hair flow freely like a man's homemade mayonnaise glides freely in the air until it unfortunately hits his grandmother in the eye and then dribbles down her toothless mouth? Why did I say that out loud?
What?
Anyway, that isn't very ballsy. Do you understand what he just described?
I got it.
Anyway, that isn't very ballsy of you. And Death Finley... What? And Death Finley isn't the OJ we all know and love. I mean, where am I going to live now? Frowny emoticon. If it's due to the promise of penguin... Dude, you don't need permission just to get your pulpy mission.
What the hell?
Closed eyebrows, big smiley face emoticon. Anyway, great show, guys.
The Ramborgian Doorman.
Yeah, you tripped me up a little bit there. That is impressive, sir.
The Ramborgian Doorman, you can barely see. I wanted to make it bigger for it, so I think.
Oh, that's all right.
I guess why you had issues reading it.
Yes, that's obviously the reason.
But,
that and nothing else.
Ramborgian Doorman's a very creative young man. He comes with a very...
Yeah, I still owe him a few more readings of his work.
He does a great job.
Yeah, very impressive. Please, sir, don't ever quit.
Yes.
Don't ever.
Keep it coming. It's good stuff.
All right. So here's our next comment.
Yeah, this came from because I was talking about how like the trees. I was talking about somewhere about how the trees didn't get like cut in half or anything, or branches didn't fall.
Yeah.
They just literally pulled out of the ground as if like the Incredible Hulk just came and just fucking grabbed that thing and just jerked it and just pulled it up.
Yes.
And it came right out.
Yes. Thank you for yes.
This is an explanation that someone had for why this happens.
The combination of thrashing rain and wind is literally so strong the soil where the roots of the trees is so loose from the moisture, the trees aren't really anchored down to the ground anymore. And the wind does the rest of the work by tipping them out of the ground. Mex 089. So, the ground is dry, is wet and moist, so it doesn't hold the roots as well.
Right.
And then since it's softer and more vulnerable, the wind just kind of goes...
That's so crazy because like the roots, those trees are big. The roots are down in there,
really far. Yeah.
And if you wanted to like dig that thing out, it would take like forever.
You'd need a backhoe.
Right. So like the wind that's how strong the wind is.
Yeah.
Power down, they're crazy.
Ridiculous.
Some power. Yeah.
So here's one from Akba666. Oh, John, you should move to West Coast. Every time Mother Nature has a bowel movement, it seems to be right on top of your neighborhood.
Yeah, it really definitely it's really bad there. Like in the literally in the summer, like the power would just go off.
Oh, from too many people air conditioning.
I think it was just too hot. It was like too hot. Like if the power's going up because it's too hot, like that's a problem.
Yeah, I would concur.
And like any kind of rain, it just knocks it out. Like flooding, I didn't get the flooding this. I don't know how. It was a miracle, man.
Well, all the water was over on the Sawmill River Parkway.
Yeah, so
the Hutch.
But yeah, flooding and it's just pretty bad with that handling the weather. But I really love it. I really love it there. It's like I live like an hour and 20 minutes from Manhattan.
50 to an hour and 20.
I feel like I live in one of the best places in the world. You may disagree with this.
No, it's a really sweet location. That's why I'm here.
Right. So that's why you left it.
Dude!
You're similar, though. But
I'm similar.
Yeah. But I'm more rural than you, though. Rural. But I live like an hour, let's say an hour and a half from Princeton Station, Midtown Manhattan, and so you can get there really quick and be in the biggest city in the world, the best city in the world. But I'm like in the woods, and I kind of like the isolation of it and the.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I just like the privacy and like go out in the woods and there's the water and the lake.
If you got the right house, you can set up an archery range.
So to me, it's almost like I could kind of put up with a lot of the
nonsense.
If it like was every month, that would suck. But even once a year, is kind of horrible. But I don't know. Maybe 2 years in a row. Maybe it'll be like a decade till this happens again.
Let's hope longer.
I just can't believe that a year later we're in the same position. It's so bizarre.
Yeah, I mean, it's...
And it's sad because, like, what was sad about the storm, when it was coming, I wanted to talk about that, I forgot. But, like, people had Halloween decorations.
Yeah.
That all these elaborate lights and mummies and, like, all kinds of stuff, like skeletons. And the storm was coming, everyone had to you saw everyone.
Oh, God.
Like, I walked around the day before, everyone was taking their decorations down.
Because if you didn't, you're going to have, like, a crazy paper pumpkin go flying through, cut someone up the face.
Flying in the air, yeah.
Dude, that thing would be like a gourd shuriken, all right? You'd get gored by a gourd.
So it was kind of sad, like you saw everyone take their decorations down. Halloween got canceled again, so there's no Halloween for 2 years in a row.
Well, that's good. I wasn't home to buy candy.
That's horrible, dude.
It is pretty bad. I mean, Halloween's one of the great... We've talked about this before, how great Halloween is.
So 2 years in a row, these kids, man, like, that never happened to us when we were kids.
Heck no. Worst we ever got was, like, a flurry of snow.
And Halloween, like, when you're a little kid, it's only, like, a little window you can enjoy it. You know?
Yeah, I mean, before you get too old. And
Right, so these kids got no Halloween, man.
yeah, I mean, if you want to see more stuff about that window, watch the Summerween episode of Gravity Falls.
Okay.
So, our next comment comes from Colonel Hogmuffin.
Yes.
That is awesome. I'm willing to bet a hurricane wouldn't even be able to remove John's hat. Was that a thing that happened?
No. Of course not. Yeah, no, I was out there. I actually went out during the hurricane, like I said, and now it's fine. Still here. You know.
Yeah, right? People were
Colonel
grabbing
Hog-
onto you to stay.
I'll tell you what. It sounds like Colonel Hogmuffin. That's his name.
Military fellow.
Oh yes, obviously a military baker, perhaps. He wants to see you without the hat. So what I'd like to do, we'll do a trade-off. Trade pantless pics of him. So send me pictures of you from the waist down.
Dude, what if he's not 18?
No pants.
No,
He's
don't
18.
don't say that.
And then what I'll do is I'll send you the hatless pics, and we'll have like a trade-off kind of thing. So I think
Don't, John, never, ever ask the internet under any circumstances for pantsless photos of anyone or anything.
his name's Colonel Hogmuffin. You think who's gonna find me?
How do you even know that's actually going to be Colonel Hugmuffin's
Just
pantsless?
imagine the court case. On this day at this hour, you told Colonel Hogmuffin this. You swore to Colonel Hogmuffin that. You know, just like that alone would be worth it.
Well, what if by then he's been promoted? Are they going to say, like, at this hour, you told Lieutenant Hugmuffin.
Yeah.
You asked him to remove his pants and photograph himself for you.
I think it would be worth going through the prosecution just to hear them say that so many times. You know?
Oh, dear Bob.
Okay.
All right, so our last comment here is from Brensten32. John, do you have a fast metabolism? Seems like you whatever you want, but you seem to have low body fat. Ren, I'm just curious. Lol.
I don't eat a lot of bad stuff.
He actually doesn't.
I really eat pretty healthily, and I do like cardio. I actually work out, not work out, like lift or anything, but I walk and stuff, and
Walking
do
on
some jogging and
broken
stuff. So
glass.
I stay in pretty good shape, and I don't eat a lot of really crappy food.
Yeah, if you do, you look more like me.
I think people kind of get that idea because some of the trip videos, like I'll get like some
Crazy
burgers
stuff,
and
but
stuff.
I mean that's for special occasions.
I don't really like to eat out. I usually like cook stuff and I don't know. You gotta take care. Yeah, I think you gotta take care of yourself. You know.
Yeah, I mean it's the only body you got. I mean I'm pretty bad, but I have been doing better lately.
Yeah.
Like, well, not just that, but I found out it's a lot cheaper to get a salad and sandwich at work than it is to like.
That's another thing. I don't have like a lot of cash, so I can't go like, oh, I'm gonna go get a smorgasbord buffet tonight. Usually, I'll have a sandwich because that's all I can have.
Oh, that's bad, dude. You put me on vacation, I start to just hemorrhage money.
Yeah.
Like I spent $15 on chocolates, at least.
Yeah, I don't do that. I don't care enough. Like, oh, chocolate. Why do I care?
My problem, you wanna know my big problem, folks? When I was younger, I didn't want to eat anything. Like, I would not try anything if it wasn't fried or covered in ketchup. Like, my parents would make steak, and I'd say, can I have the ketchup, please? And they would look at me pretty upset, and I understand why now. But I wouldn't try anything now. Like, I look at a menu, I want the best thing on that menu. I want to try everything on that menu because it all looks so good.
Yeah, I just don't care like about food that much. Like I care about important stuff like comics and art and pornography and like whatever, you know.
Yeah.
Like what do I care? Oh, freaking muffins and a cake. Like whatever. I mean,
you know what else? Another problem is, I mean, what's sad is I love the way this stuff tastes.
Yeah.
But you see me eat, like, unless I'm making a concerted effort, I go straight through it like no time. Like I just devour everything like as fast as humanly possible. It's bad. The same with beverages too. Like you give me a water, like unless I'm rationing it like I did just now, I go through it in no time at all.
Yeah.
Like it's bad. It's really bad. Like when I don't drink soda anymore because I would get a refill and get a refill and get a refill because that stuff will kill you.
All right, so a couple random things I want to touch on. The NBA basketball season starting. They actually the first game for the Knicks was supposed to be tonight, and they canceled the game.
Understandable.
It's supposed to be the Knicks versus the Nets.
Yeah.
And they canceled the game, so I think it'll be tomorrow. So perhaps I'll be watching that from this couch, maybe the first game, maybe. Oh, you don't have?
I don't have anything.
You don't have cable, right?
I don't have cable. I don't have diddly.
I think I can watch it through
Cablevision, or whoever your provider is. If I'm gonna come home.
I'll knock on your neighbor's door and be like, can I watch this?
I'm going to come home tomorrow and there's going to be wires just stretched out across here. Like going out through the window, like thread, not through the webbing of the air conditioner, through the innards of the air conditioner coming out the back. There will be a cable wire.
Apart your computer and just wired things.
Oh, you touch that and there will be hacked.
So anyway, Charles Mooney set up a fantasy basketball league for the Rambourgia, right? And I mentioned this to you, right? Are we up?
Yeah.
Okay. So we had the draft, and it was like you if you have the draft, you could pick any players in the league, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a usual like draft rule.
Yeah.
I somehow got the number 1 pick. Right?
Oh, John, the world is paying you back.
Out of everyone in the thing, I still got the number 1 pick. So the way it worked was you logged in, and it's like a live thing.
Yeah.
And you had to be at a certain time, and it was in real time. You had like a couple minutes to choose. And what happened, I didn't really understand what I was doing. And it had like this thing called the player queue, where you like add players to it.
Oh, so that
you like want, so it's all in order for you. And then it was like, all right, it was my time, so I hit the draft button, and I thought it would take from the top of the queue, but it didn't. It took the last guy that I had like checked on. So it took this dude Raymond Felton, who was the point guard on the Knicks, but he was like my third choice for a point guard, you know, and he's probably not even like in the top 50 players in the NBA. And I chose him, and I accidentally picked him first, and everyone was like, because there's a chat room, because everyone's doing the draft, and everyone just started laughing. Like, what are you doing? And like, what's going on here? They thought maybe I was trolling the thing, and I was like, I screwed up, you know. And that dude better play his ass off this year. Imagine he plays really well, and I'll be like I'll come off as like a genius.
Dude, what you shouldn't have said it was an accident. You should have been like, what's his name again?
Raymond Felton.
Raymond Felton. My name is John Rambo. A lot of people might have put you as their third pick for point guard, but not me. I believe in you. You are going to make the Knicks champions this year. You are going to carry the team and bring them together in a way that no one has done before.
What I wanted to do is I actually wanted to tweet him and tell him what happened, but I couldn't figure out what his thing was. I was gonna be like, hey, I selected you number 1 in the draft. What do you think about that? You know, to see if he would be like, oh, thank you or something. I don't know. I couldn't find his name.
Aww.
So that's what happened. I went from having the number 1 pick in the draft to the last. It's gonna be hard for me to come back from this and try to win.
Ouch.
And the other thing is the election's coming on Tuesday, but it looks like it really got screwed up because I don't think people really are thinking about that anymore. You know.
I gotta give props to Chris Christie. Never thought I'd say that.
Well, him and Obama got together and they
did some really good work. And I mean, he said, someone asked Chris Christie, like, well, is this going to change your thoughts on the election? And he's like, I don't have time to be thinking about the election right now. We have more important business to attend to.
That's exactly the point I'm trying to make.
Yeah.
When this stuff happens, it kind of really makes you think about what's important, and you kind of realize, well, these two dicks yelling at each other. Why do I care about this? And I think there's gonna be a lot of people I think it could actually really affect the election because Well, I don't even know if my town. I don't even know if the place is gonna be available.
Oh gosh, yeah.
I don't know if you have to drive like an hour north or whatever to go to do it. Are people gonna do that or, but
Are they even gonna be back?
Yeah.
Yeah, my parents are in Boston right now, dude.
So they came.
They're gonna have to drive all the way back here without power.
Yeah.
Terrible.
No one's. They're not gonna do that. But
it was all a plot to keep people from voting. They got the weather systems Okay, that's awful. I apologize. That was a terrible thing to say.
That's what I wanted to make. Like, these storms, these storms are coming. Isn't there something they could do?
Like what?
They come from they see this thing coming on the ocean.
Yeah.
So can't they, like, throw a nuke on it or something?
We don't have weather machine. Okay. We have weather machines, but no one's supposed to know about that. But
Is there something we could do to, like the thing's coming, it's going to cause damage? Can't they make like a giant wind thing?
Like just
make it backwards?
Just like send a bomb into the center of the hurricane and try to blow it out?
Back from whence you came. Or build just like a giant wall in the ocean that would just stop it.
Oh my gosh, dude.
This all ties together. We're tied all together right now. For the next election, I want someone who's going to nuke the hurricane. Nuke the hurricanes. That's my new position.
Yes, because the only thing better than a giant cyclone of fast-moving wind that's approaching land over a wide swath of area is a fast-moving area of spinning air covered in radioactive debris moving over a wide area. Can you imagine that? That would probably spread radioactive particles and blah, 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 blah.
Nuke the hurricanes. Or figure some way to stop it, and it's coming. You stop it. Like, if a meteor was coming from space, would you think they would just allow it to come?
And I don't want to miss a thing.
Exactly. Send freaking Bruce Willis out there. Throw Bruce Willis into the eye of the hurricane.
What, Bruce and Affleck?
He'll just shoot it with, like,
Bruce Willis and Affleck, right?
Send the Expendables into the hurricane.
Oh my gosh, can you imagine the Expendables versus a meteor?
Yeah. Expendables versus a hurricane. That's the new one. So, what time how long have we gone for?
Probably about an hour and 10 minutes.
Okay. We're going to wrap it up. I don't want to keep you up all night. It's almost midnight here. It's the late night version of the show. Things get a little more saucy, a little more adult oriented.
Are you kidding me? Last time I just made lewd jokes for a half hour.
This is the adult show.
This is the show.
So in closing, I already said this, we're saying again, when this stuff happens, definitely make sure you realize what's important and that this could end at any moment. 10 minutes from now, something could happen. Someone could fall from this very ceiling and strike OJ upon the skull.
I've had that happen. Someone's TP fell down in middle school.
Someone's TP fell down in middle school.
Like, I got hit in the head by, like, a giant log. It was awesome.
So I think the moral of the story is live every moment to its fullest. Don't be angry about things. Don't hold on to resentment and anger about stuff. A lot of people do that. If you do that, if you're like something happens in your life and you constantly go back to that moment, like you're always living in that moment. You have to let that moment go.
You know who you're describing right now?
I don't know who I'm describing.
Dr. Doom.
Dr. Doom.
He won't let his rivalry with Richards go.
I'm trying to have an intelligent conversation.
No, I'm making a literary.
Right, as long as you're talking about the comic book Dr. Doom and not the movie version.
They made a movie?
Yeah,
I kid. But the thing is, he focuses on like his issues with Reed over everything but his, I guess, mom. But
I like where you're going with this.
It's just, if you do that, like, look at what happens to your life. You don't pay attention to the things around you. You don't care about the people around you. You just keep in your mind going over this one event that was not pleasant.
Yeah, and I think there's
eats away at you.
There's definitely a moment for all of us when it's going to end. And within that moment, you don't want to be saying, I wish I did this or that, or I wish I did these things.
You want to be satisfied with what you've done.
Exactly. So, my friends, what we've learned from the Hurricane Sandy is that you do not want to become Dr. Doom. It all comes full circle. That's going to be it. We're going to be back next week. I hope we'll be back next week with our normal setup.
Oh, you'll have to come back.
We'll have our post-election coverage. I'm going to try to vote. I'll do the best I can to get it done. Hopefully that everything's open.
Yeah, I actually just got my voter where you go to vote card. I think it's okay, on the table over there. Oh, it's the school where you always park.
Right down the street?
Yep.
You better do it.
Yep. Oh, I'm all set, dude. I registered this year and everything. Made sure I was
So
all
we're talking
set.
about voting next week. Well, I've gotten to play Assassin's Creed and WWE, and I feel like I was kind of like a little out of it today. I just feel like I hear myself. Like I hear my own voice, and it's kind of monotone.
I don't know.
I
don't know what you're
real
talking
beat
about,
up.
John.
I'm just freaking.
You're definitely
I'm
emoting.
filthy. I'm tired.
How is this a change from normal?
That is true. Well, I'm usually not tired. I usually am filthy.
And you usually don't admit it. See, John, this is what monotone sounds like. Okay? This is monotone. You're not being monotone, okay?
So, I don't know. I feel like I could have done a better job today. Well, I'm sorry.
You did an amazing job.
I feel like we pulled through.
I
like
think
I said,
so.
The powers that be, nature itself tried to prevent us. We still did it. We still got through with this.
And it's all because of you.
And thank you, sir. And thank you.
No, thank you.
And thank you.
And thank you.
And thank you.
We could do this all. Thank you.
Okay. So, you're going to make me some food now, or what's going on?
You think there's food in my house?
This is the set of Schnoz-girl and HoePunch, by the way.
Oh, yes. We bought
this.
this from the Hollywood Set Designers Showcase. It was very expensive. And by that I mean it was $50 a few years ago from a person who was moving.
Yeah.
But we've got all sorts of crazy stuff here. Now, if you will see, the very Xbox controller used.
Keep that
Which
warm
doesn't
for me.
have
I'm about to use that now. Just put it down. I'm going to use that now. Okay. Alright, guys. So next week we'll be back. I like this setup a lot. I think it's a lot more better. What do you think?
It's nice. I mean, we get to talk to each other. It looks like we're really.
I'm not very
connecting with
comfortable. I
people.
think if we did it.
You're not comfortable?
Nah, I want to sit. Like if we did it, like
You're doing it wrong. There's two pillows right behind your
no,
effing
I
butt.
sat back, but the microphone. I can hear the microphone.
Oh well, yeah. I actually don't know if I was too quiet because I cannot read the.
See, if I was like this and the camera was a little closer, and the mic maybe was like a mic that projected like this way.
Yeah, because this mic is designed for if you're going to be one person singing.
Yeah.
Not that I do that, but that's kind of what it was built for, and also was not that expensive.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone can hear me now. All right, guys, thank you for joining us. Very late. Get some sleep. You're a bunch of freaking lunatics.
And to our European friends,
I know half you guys are from Europe, and it's like 4 a.m.
Yeah,
Psychopaths.
seriously, you guys. Thank you very much
You're
for
all supposed to be up
signing
in
in.
3 hours
Yeah.
to go to your jobs at the strip club. You're going to be late, so you better get there, my friends. We'll see you next week. Thank you very much for joining us. I'm very happy that we got to do it, and we didn't miss a show. The streak continues. It's been, I don't even know how many it's been in a row. A friggin' ton. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you next week. For OJ, this is John signing off. Thank you for listening to be part of JohnRamboPresents, the very best in free and optional entertainment. Good night, everyone. Now I have to awkwardly turn this off.
It's only awkward if you make it awkward.
It is awkward. It's not working.